Are we
All right,
live?
what's good with y'all today? This is the Thinking Outside the Box podcast, episode 3. And I'm here with my brother Zakoyas Houston. I'm Zacchaeus Houston, and today we will be talking about the NBA summer, basically like the signings, trades, summer league starting up, NBA draft, and yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about. We will be answering questions at the end of the show today. So if you have some, just send them through, and we'll get to them at the end if you have any. But other than that, um, yeah. So how do you feel about this NBA free agency? Like, it's been some good moves going on. Some teams ain't did much. Some teams did a good amount to help their teams. So yeah, just talk about how you feel about it.
Uh, I want to speak on the Alex Caruso, Josh Giddey swap. I don't know what Chicago doing. Like they could have got way more for him, but I feel like they starting to rebuild. Giddey, he was unplayable in the playoffs, and with the OKC getting Alex Caruso, now they got two great on ball defenders now. And Shea, he ain't gotta worry much on defense. And I think uh, that defense is gonna be even better than what it was last season. Um, and then they also signed Isaiah Hartenstein. Um, Great move. They needed a big. I think they'll move Chet to the four, and they'll have either probably Caruso coming off the bench. I think that's good for them because they'll give them a good rebounder, solid paint defender, and I think OKC gonna be the team to watch for in the West this upcoming season.
Yeah, about the trade. I get they should have probably got a pick or something, but I think we need to wait and see what Giddy is because like he's a player that needs the ball in his hands. Like first couple years, like they were saying he was gonna be this and that, but now that he got exposed, it's like oh he not this good of a player, this and that. And then we was dealing with off the court that too. So he get a fresh start, get run the show. Him, Cooper Flag, wherever they do exactly with him, they keep him. Not Patrick Williams, Kobe White. So they're gonna be rebuilding, but he could be the playmaker that he was supposed to be. And for the Thunder, they done had a solid offseason. We signed Isaiah Jones a 4-year deal. Got back Aaron Wiggins, two big players that was big to helping them during the regular season and in the playoffs as rotation pieces. And then obviously they got Alex Caruso, one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. You got, like you mentioned, Isaiah Hartenstein on a 3-year deal. He signed for 87 million, I believe. A good big that they can put beside Chet. They can bring him off the bench. It doesn't matter. And then they drafted Nikola Topic, even though I'm pretty sure he's injured, so he won't be playing till he probably won't be play this year, or you might play later down the season. So yeah, OKC is in contention for you feel me making it out the West. They just gotta make sure they can get through the playoffs, and yeah, they'll be straight.
Now let's talk about the move of the all season. Paul George goes to the 76ers on I believe a 4-year, $212 million deal. Um, how I feel, I love that move for 76ers. They give him another um, on ball player, take some pressure off Maxi. Um, he's not the defender that he once was, but he's still coming to be a defender. Great shooter. And I think if he and Embiid are healthy, I think they can give the Celtics a problem in the East. I don't know if they can beat them, but I think they'll give them a problem.
Yeah, so as we know, if y'all didn't know, my favorite player is Paul George. His favorite player is Russell Westbrook. So obviously, wherever my player goes, it's not that I'm a favorite. I'm a fan of the team, but like they play. Of course, I'm gonna root for them and stuff. So yeah, I love this move for Paul George. I ain't gonna lie, low key, I want him to stay at the Clippers just because I don't like seeing players just bounce around. This is now his fourth team. Like 3 teams was cool. He switches number 8. So I like it. Like I said, I like them just staying on the Clippers, just finish his career there. They did him dirty, as he said on his podcast today. I did watch that podcast. P. They said they originally offered him 2 years, $60 million.
Insane.
Okay,
That's
boom, he get what Kawhi got, but he got that. What they don't know is he got that late in the season. So it's like y'all was playing with me, but now y'all want to offer me the same thing. Okay, it's cool. But then where I understand where the people was mad on Twitter is he said, okay, give me that. So they saying he should have just accepted that. What Paul George is saying is, well, y'all saying y'all want me here, y'all want me to retire here with Kawhi. Why not just give me the no trade cost? So he asked for that. They didn't want to give him that. Then he was like, forget it. Hey, give me the 4 years, 220. And they didn't want to give him that. He was supposed to go to the Warriors, but the Warriors didn't want to do the deal. That's why I heard reportedly they didn't want to do the deal. But he was supposed to go to the Warriors, but he's on 76ers. Uh, yeah, I like the fit. Beside Embiid, PG ain't got to do too much playmaking for real. Obviously, he can just be uh, like he was last year, really like a catch and shoot player, shoot 40% from three. He had a I didn't like his playoffs this year as a PG fan. He had like 2 good games out of 6. The rest of them was just inefficient. It was tough shots. Great defense. Credit to Jason Kidd and Derek Jones Jr. for the most part in the schemes they was putting on him, making him shoot them tough shots. And yeah, just hopefully he could be more consistent as a defender. He ain't gotta be what he once was. Just be more consistent. Now knowing you got offense, two offensive uh, juggernauts beside you that can help you alleviate some of the pressure. And yeah, I just hope he plays road and ultimately get a ring. Continue making all stars because he said he feel good. So hopefully we can continue making all stars. But yeah, I like the move. Get your money, PG. Get your money.
yeah. I don't know why the Clippers offered him 2 for 60. Isaiah Hartstock got 3 for 87. I don't know why they offer him that. That's super low ball. I understand him going to 76ers. But they ended up re-signing James Harden, I think, to that same deal. So,
No, he got James Harden got 270.
oh, 270, okay. But hey, it is what it is. It was reported the Nuggets trying to trade for Russ. Let's see what happens. Another another signing was Clay to the Mavericks. I can't remember what his deal was, but um, I like that move. That gives Luka Kyrie another shooter. Um, he way past his prime due to the Achilles and ACL injuries, but I still think he could come in and have a better year than what he had last year. Uh, yeah, they just need somebody other than because Tim Hardaway Jr. What he was doing that was criminal. What he was doing in the playoffs. Derek Jones Jr. He was good. He played very well to play. You know what I mean? Uh, PJ Washington, but with Clay coming in, give him a veteran, give him a great shooter, top 5 shooter ever. Uh, he ain't like I said, he ain't what he was on the defensive side, but he should be comfortable enough to help them defensively. And let's see what they can do going against them other teams in the West.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. What's crazy is I didn't even know, but it says on NBA.com that it was a 16 trade. Mavericks
I
got Clay
just seen
Thompson,
that. I just seen
2025.
that. I just seen that.
Yeah, so Mavericks got Clay Thompson, 2025 pick, second round pick. Timberwolves got 2025 second round. 2031 second round pick swap, cash. The Warriors got Kyle Anderson, Buddy Hield. Nuggets got cash. The Hornets got Josh Green, Reggie Jackson, 2029 second, 2030 second. And the 76ers got a 2031 second. So yeah, I like the deal. I just gotta see how it fit. I'm not talking about offensively. I'm talking defensively because how are you going to play Luka, Kyrie, and Klay Thompson in the same lineup and still be above water in
Hard
defense?
out 3 of them. Can't hard out 3 of them.
Yeah. So that. Then that was also picked up Najee Marshall. I like that. He's basically Derrick Jones Jr., but probably a little worse defender. But he's like more the enforcer type. So I like that. He probably a little bit better shooter. I'm not knowing. I'm not showing the percentage, but yeah, for 9 million, I'm pretty sure it was a year. That's a steal. So yeah, I like the Klay Thompson move. The Warrior, he just didn't want to be on the Warriors or the Lakers because the Lakers got more money. He just want to go to Dallas. Don't have to worry about paying taxes, and yeah, can just he ain't got to worry about doing too much because he got the attention gonna be on mostly Luka and Kyrie. So he got to be ready to shoot the pill.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, you can't hide 3 players on defense. So I wonder what they gonna do on the defensive side. They just gonna need because Kyrie. I think Kyrie played well defensively in the OKC series, but I don't know. Let's just see what happens. The Spurs, they signed Chris Paul to a 1 year, $11 million deal, and they ended up getting Harrison Barnes in a 3-team trade that sent DeMar DeRozan to the Kings, and I forgot what the Bulls got, but I love that for the Spurs. Now Wemby has a point guard that'll throw him the ball at the right times, not having Jeremy Shohan or Shochan, whatever his name is, trying to run point guard. Herschel Barnes, a veteran, a champion, that'll help them. And I think they drafted Stephen Castle, uh, champ, 2-time champion, good young point guard. Let's see what he and Chris Paul can do in the backcourt. But I see what the Spurs trying to do. They trying. I think they're gonna be on the. I think they can be a play-in team, maybe a playoff team, but I think they could definitely be a play-in team. Wimby, he gonna get better. Uh, and yeah, I like what the Spurs are doing so far.
Yeah, I do too. Like you mentioned, they drafted Stephon Cassell. He's still 19 years old. He don't turn 20 until November 1st, so that's good. You got Harrison Barnes, who's a good shooter and he's solid on defense. Chris Paul, good mentor to Castle, can do it, still a good playmaker at this age. Just depends on if he breaks down or if he can play a lot of minutes per night. And Wemby improving. Still got Devin Vassell, Kevin Johnson. Pretty sure they still have Trey Jones. So yeah, I like what they're doing in San Antonio, and it can only go up from here. So excited to see how Wemby improved this year. Yeah, Chris Paul just being a good locker room guy he is, even though he's on the other side of his prime, it just should elevate this team off that alone, being the presence that he is in that locker room. With the trade, I want to talk about though, which is like probably one of the biggest of this summer, was the Mikal Bridges trade. Let me go and get it pulled up real quick. He was traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the New York Knicks, which it was a crazy trade. Let's see. The Knicks got Mikal Bridges, Kiara Bates Diop. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. They got a 2026 second round pick and draft rights to Juan Pablo Rolette. And then the Nets got Bojan Bogdanovich, Diak, Shake Milton, 4 first round unprotected first round picks, unprotected pick swap in 2028, top 4 protected 2025 first round pick via the Bucks, and a second round pick in 2025. So yeah, man, I feel like that's a good trade, especially if you pair him up with his buddies, Hart, Brunson, DiVincenzo. So I like that. So that's good. There's gonna be good chemistry right from the jump. You keep Randall, which is that's good. I feel like he's a good rebounder for them, and he was a bit to their success before he went down. And I'm pretty sure he was an All Star last year. And all they need Mikal to do is be the off ball scorer that he was in Phoenix. Get back to playing elite level defense because he wasn't able to do that on the Nets due to his offensive responsibilities, and they'll be straight. And they was able to re-sign OJ and Anobi, which is great. So you got two of the best wing stoppers in the NBA, and especially in the East against the Sixers, against the Bucks, against the uh, the Celtics. You're gonna need both of them to, you feel me, guard the top two wing players. So I like the versatility in that. So yeah, but they did lose Hartenstein, which could be a loss depending on what else they do in free agency. So yeah,
My fault, y'all. I was helping my brother do something. Yeah, I love that trade. Mikal to the Knicks. Great chemistry, like you said, from Villanova. Um, they re-signed Ananobi. They did lose Hartenstein, but I think if Mitchell Robinson can stay healthy, because he got hurt beginning of the year, uh, I think they'll be all right in the East. I think if everybody's relatively healthy, I think they'll give. I think they'll give. I think they'll give it a run. So yeah.
and for the Brooklyn side, I like what they're doing. Finally having direction instead of just being mid. Just go ahead, tank, be bad, try to get Cooper Flag as he's hooping on the USA team. He was just hooping on them today. So just tank, let Cam Thomas get the shots. Still got Nick Claxton, elite defender in his own right, and just develop those young guys coming off that bench. So yeah, I like that they just tanking, finally having direction, and yeah, we'll see if they can tank right and try to get lucky and get the number 1 pick to draft Cooper Flag.
Is there any more deals? Forgetting.
Mm. Mm. The Orlando Magic signing Caldwell Pope.
Oh yeah, Caldwell Pope. Then they re-signed. They signed Fonz
They
to
re-signed Badatse, Garrett Harris, Jonathan Isaac, Franz, his brother, and he signed Caldwell Pope. The person they lost was Joe Ingles. So yeah, we can talk about that.
Caldwell Pope leader. I mean, it could be a leader in the locker room with them young guys. Two-time champion, great defender, good shooter. Uh, I think he'll come him and uh, Jalen Suggs in the backcourt. That's going to be a great 1-2 punch defensively. And then with them being up and coming, like them re-signing Jonathan Isaac, uh, they're gonna do well. I think with Paulo getting better, Franz getting better, um, Jonathan Isaac staying healthy, I think they're gonna be one of those. They're gonna maybe be like OKC was this past season and what Sacramento was last season, and sneak up on some teams and maybe get far in the playoffs. We never know.
Yeah, if Franz could take a jump shooting, that would be that would help them a lot. Um, Yeah, I just like what they're doing. Paolo taking that jump. He played well in these playoffs. Jonathan Isaac, the elite defender he is, hopefully he can play consistent minutes without getting injured throughout the entire regular season. And yeah, they could creep up on some teams. They could be a sneaky contender in the East. And Clara Pope to add good movement shooter, good 3-point shooter, good defender on the wing. Him and Jalen Suggs, that's gonna be a problem in the East. So I like their starting five real a lot actually. All of them can play defense. There's not really no real defensive liabilities. Although some might be on defense might be weaker than others, but they ain't no just liabilities. Then there is a problem. You just bring in Jonathan Isaac off the bench. So I like what they doing for real. Like they on the rounds quick.
One team that didn't make no moves was the Lake. I mean, the Lakers. D'Lo, he picked up his option. They signed LeBron to a 2-year deal. They drafted Dalton Connect, my boy from UT. I love that pick. I don't know how he fell to 17. Uh, Maybe it's because his age. I get that, but like a pro like him, like great. He shot 40% from three. Good mid range shooter. He's athletic. I don't know what else it could be other than his age. And then they signed Bron. I mean, they drafted Bronny with the 55th pick. I've seen a lot of people coming at the Lakers for that. I mean, it's the 55th pick. Like, who else was they supposed to draft? Everybody think he's not gonna be good. I think him going to the G League gonna help him get better. He's a good defender. He can shoot and he's athletic. Like all you gotta do just keep working on his game, and I think he could be a pretty good player in the league.
Yeah, the Lakers have not made much moves. I'm pretty sure there was reports that LeBron was taking a pay cut, and I don't think he did. I think he signed a 2 year. Was it 2 year max?
Hmm.
Well, he signed for a lot of money. I just know that. And they also brought back Max Christie on a 4 year deal. Hopefully, they see. I'm pretty sure they see some potential as a 3 and D player in him. As you added Dr. Kennett, Bronny James. Yeah, Bronny James get a lot of hate because that's his dad is LeBron James, so it's warranted. But yeah, he could be a good player. Stay in the G League. Keep working on the shot. Working on his defense because he is undersized. So keep working on his defense. Keep working on the shot, and he'll be playing. He'll be playing on the Lakers team here soon. And they lost 20 point crunch too. So yeah, we'll see what. Still a couple of free agents left. Let's see if they sign some of them, or see if they just strike the team. But I'm interested to see how the Lakers do this year because they're the Reddit first year coach ever. So we'll see what he's able to do up, and the players are able to buy in to what he wants in his system.
Another team that didn't do anything in free agency was the Nuggets. They lost KCP. They want to make Christian Christian Brown, the starter. Uh, I mean, let's see what happens with that. But and I heard they don't got much money left, so even like a guy like Gary Trent Jr. could come in and help them a lot, but they don't have no money left, so I don't know what they gonna do. You still got Jokic, you still got Murray, that 1-2 punch, top five duo in the league to me. Uh, Aaron Gordon is gonna be Aaron Gordon, play defense, good rim runner, all that. And then MPJ, great shooter. He ain't gonna pass the ball a lot, but he provides the value. But let's just see what they can do. I still think with Jokic and Murray, I think they can still be good, but they do need find they need to find somebody to fill that KCP spot. He did very good for them defensively and as a 3-point shooter as well. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, to add to that, they did lose KCP, but they probably believe in Brown, which is there's not nothing wrong to do. You feel me? They couldn't pay him that much money, so they had to let him walk. Um, they'll be fine. They still got the big four: Jokic and Gordon, Porter, and Murray. You just got. I'm just worried about the rotation. Like who can Strider gonna step up? Peyton Watson gonna get a shot so he can be playable because he's already a good defender. He needs a shot so teams will respect him. Yeah, I like that they drafted Deron Holmes. I like that they drafted him this year with the 22nd pick. Hopefully he can be an impact rookie right out the gate. So that could be a rotation piece. But yeah, they still have the best player in the NBA. So and they do have a top five duo with him and Murray. So that'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Okay, let's talk about the Kings now. So they traded for DeMar in the trade I was speaking of earlier. Now that the lineup should consist of De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Herter, DeMar, Keegan Murray, Demontis Sabonis. I think they gonna be a playoff team this year. The reason they make it last season was because Malik Monk and Kevin Herter got hurt, and Trey Lyles, and I think that hurt them. Uh, Sabonis being a double double machine, he's gonna keep doing his thing. De'Aaron Fox, you know what he does. Uh, Keegan Murray, good shooter. Uh, Demar, he can come in, score, mid range on point. Kevin Herter being a 3-point sniper. They re-signed Malik Monk, which was big for them coming off the bench. Great scorer, um, good playmaker. Um, but yeah, I think the Kings gonna make the playoffs this year with them being healthy. So let's see.
Yeah. Another reason they didn't make it last year to add was the West was just that. I think pretty sure they had over 45 wins. Still, it was like a 9th, 10th seed. So yeah, it was just that. DeMar Rosen is definitely better than Harrison Barnes. His problem, he just can't shoot threes. But Mike Brown's a good enough coach to draw up some stuff that they can do on offense to create enough spacing to be an elite offense that they was a couple of years ago. And signing Malik Monk was big. He could have got more money, but I guess he just wanted to stay with Sacramento due to like culture and the fans and stuff. So I like that. Brought back Alex Lynn, good backup big. They traded Davion Mitchell because they drafted, pretty sure it was Devin Carter. So I like that pickup because Devin Carter, he's a good uh, defender in his own right. And then they got Jalen McDaniels, Jordan McLaughlin, probably fighting for rotation spots. But yeah, I like the DeMar DeRozan move. He brings another scoring punch in that starting lineup besides Fox and Sabonis. Like you said, mid-range demons can still get to the rim. It's just defense. It's just the problem with them, as I said with the Mavericks, is the defensive lineups. How will they be able to stop teams? We know they're gonna put up points, but it's about getting those stops. Yeah, we'll see what Mike Brown can do as because he is a good coach, so he should be able to scheme something up both on offense and defense. But I like the DeMar move. He's still the elite player. Averaged 24 last year, so he still can get his own.
Um, you know, I don't know how Boston was able to do this, but somehow they was able to re-sign. I think everybody but Porzingis, I think, or they might have signed him in the beginning, but JT, he ended up signing for the biggest contract. Well, extended for the biggest contract in NBA history. So they was able to keep their core guys. I think they gonna try to repeat. I think they can repeat it's gonna be tough because 76ers got better, New York got better. So let's see what happens with them. But they gonna be the favorites. Porzingis, all he got to do. I mean, they won it with him being hurt, but I think they gonna be all right in the East. I think they're the number one team. So let's see if they can repeat or if somebody gonna take them down in the East.
Yeah, they're definitely the favorites for sure. Being able to bring all the guys back, even the rotation players, and then drafting Baylor Shireman, however you say his name, probably said it wrong, but drafting him, he's a pretty decent player. Starting the G League, get some good rotation minutes. He's a good shooter. I've seen watching some of his film. But yeah, yeah, this is just a quick one. They ain't really do much. They just signed their players back, which is crazy because the man, I'm pretty sure the person that owns his team or somebody trying to sell the team because he ain't trying to pay the little tax and stuff once it comes down the pay. So that's a crazy move. So we'll see how that work out. But yeah, they are the favorites right now, and they could repeat. It's gonna be hard because it's a lot of Purdy right now. Ain't nobody been repeating, and yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, it was important to bring everybody back. Everybody deserved the contracts they got on their team.
How much longer you trying to go? Cause we at 31 minutes right
Hour.
now.
We still got a lot of teams to talk about, even though like the bottom tier teams. We still they did moves too. But I got a question though. Jason Tatum, top five player.
Oh, let's see. Jokic, Luka, Giannis, Embiid. No, no.
He's six.
He like 6'7". Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's top five either. Jokic, Luka, Giannis, Embiid, and then you got. Missing somebody at the top five?
I think KD better than him.
You got KD. You got. I said even though Steph was slipping off the second half of the season, I still think he like that. You got LeBron, Shea creeping in. Well, he in the top 10. You got Anthony Davis. So yeah, I got Jason around seven. I'll be cool with anywhere from six to like eight. Outside of that, or if he's five, if he's five in the top five, that's I hear the conversation on that. But other than that, yeah. So yeah, I like that. But looking to like I said, like let's go to Charlotte Hornets for example. They brought back Miles Bridges. I guess they just really like what he does on the team. As they got Reggie Jackson, Josh Green. I like the Josh Green pickup, pesky defender, can shoot a little bit, so he should get rotation minutes. Then he let go Davis Bertans, Bryce McGowan, and Pozeski. That's interesting. I thought they would give him more of a shot as like a unicorn big that can shoot and handle the rock a little bit, but and they got a new coach in there. I seen a video on Twitter. He was coaching them real good, so we'll see what they do. LaMelo stay healthy, and who do they? I'm blanking, but who did they draft? Oh, they drafted the kid from uh, Salon. How you say his name? International kid. I ain't watched nothing on him, so I guess they see his potential. But yeah, hopefully the Hornet. Please remember, like we're begging you, please stay healthy. If you stay healthy, the Hornets are a play in team Hornets. Just stay healthy, my brother. That's all I want. Cause you can hoop, passing, shooting, like just stay healthy, my brother. But yeah, the future for them is looking real. I like it. Like
Um, yeah, they also got the big Marvin Williams. I think
yeah,
I forgot his name, but he was hurt basically the whole year. So They might can, but with Lamelo keep being in and out the lineup, they're just gonna keep making them a bottom feeder team in the league. Well, in the East, but yeah. Um, the Hawks, they drafted. I'll be honest. I did little to zero homework on this draft other than know about Dalton Connect and a couple other players. But oh, they traded Dejounte Murray to the Pelicans. Let's talk about the Pelicans, man. So uh, with them getting Dejounte, that brings them a point guard instead of having CJ run the point. Um, he not the defender he was in San Antonio, but he's comparable. Uh, great, a good playmaker, good rebounder. Uh, let's see. I wonder they probably gonna end up trying to move Bi because I know they gonna want to keep Zion because Zion played the most games that he's ever played as a pro this year. So with them getting Dejounte, I think they can be a problem in the West. Now, Valanciunas is a free agent, and they're not gonna bring him back. And they lost Larry
He
Nance Jr.
gone.
So
You
who?
forgot?
Valanciunas?
You on the Wizards.
Oh, see, I,
You know that Valentine's on Wizards.
I,
He's like a he's on a it was a low ball like he's on for like 10
I,
million. It's like three
yeah,
three
I
years.
forgot. The Wizards, they need help over there, but yeah, so they're gonna have to find them a big, be a Dejounte, uh, Zion pick and roll, uh, lob. It's gonna be crazy. I think and with Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, I think they gonna I think they're gonna be back. I think they can be a playoff team this year as well.
Yeah, man. So speaking of Dante trade, I mean I don't like it. You're doing something. You're trying to get you got better adding DeJounte Murray. It's just I don't think he's really a one that much for real. I think they're gonna play him at the two, keep CJ at the one, or they might play him at the one. We'll see. But uh, so the only question I have is if they don't trade Bi, who's like are they moving Herb to the bench? You got because you can't play Zion at the five. You got CJ McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Brandon Ingram, Zion, Herb. Who's but you gonna put a big right there. So I think if they do trade Bi, it might be for a center because you can't start all of them because you have no big. So that's interesting. So it's either this means Bi's out the door or Herb going to come off the bench. Herb going to step coming off the bench. But yeah, they did. They have lost a few pieces. You lost Dyson Daniels in the trade, pretty sure. You lost Corey Nance. Najee Marshall, as we said, left. Valanciunas left. And you lost Cardi Zeller. So yeah, oh, they shot Daniel Tice. So he'll be a backup rotation a bit. But yeah, we'll see what they do at that starting five spot. Maybe Bi is for the five. So we'll see. But I like the Pelicans. Just once again, these injuries. Come on, Zion. We need healthy season, man. He was healthy for majority season, but at fourth quarter that playoff game playing game where he was killing them like if AD, LeBron, whoever was in front, he was killing them. Gets injured, can't play in the playoffs. They get swept. Another failed season. So I like they easily should make the playoffs. Regard if it's unless it's injury, but yeah, I like what they're doing.
Um, so it was a lot of rumblings going on during the season. With was Atlanta gonna trade Trey Young or was they gonna trade Dejounte? They ended up trading Dejounte. Uh, I think they thought Trey Young was the piece that they could build around, and they ended up Drafting the kid. Like I said, I haven't did my much homework on these overseas players, but I think uh, Atlanta they should try because they got Jalen Johnson. Uh, I ain't Sadiq Bey coming back. Well, he coming off an injury anyway.
I'm pretty sure he's still a free agent.
Oh well, he's coming off injury anyway. So uh, yeah, they gonna have to do because these past because it's been ever since that little run they had in 21. It's been playing no playoffs, uh, playoffs, and then play in, but they was getting smacked in the playoffs. So let's just see if they can bring in like maybe another comparable, like I ain't gonna say like a borderline star for Trey Young, because him and Capella they've been good. Jalen Johnson played great this past season. Um, yeah, let's. I want to see what the Hawks can do this upcoming season. I think they're gonna most likely be a play-in team because the East is getting better and they're getting worse, in my opinion. So I mean, you never know.
Yeah, I feel like they should have went outside with the first pick. Maybe I don't know what it was, but I watched a little bit of this international player. His name is I think it's like Zachary Ricochet. Pretty sure that's his last name. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not real good with those type of names. You feel me? But yeah, he definitely has some potential as a 3 is 2, wherever they want to put him at. And then they did get Larry Nance, Dyson Daniels. So them are players that can play. Dyson Daniels especially, he's a good defender. So they got players that can play. They did lose Agent Griffin, one of their best shooters, but he wasn't really doing too much for them. But yeah, all right. Hey, you got to do something. And you got the number 1 pick. You drafted Ricochet. Hopefully he's that for real. That's a great duo with him, Trey Young. So yeah, they definitely gonna play in or load in it unless Trey Young just have a godly year and he elevates his team to the playoffs. But other than that, I'm expecting playoffs or in a lotto again. So yep.
Oh, um, Rob Dillingham got traded to Minnesota. Great, great young point guard. I watched him quite a few times against. I remember him playing his UT. The first time he was doing his thing. Second game, he wasn't really too much. That was mainly the Reed Shepherd, but him with Conley getting older, him and Ant in the backcourt with Jaden McDaniels, Cat, and Rudy. I think they gonna be a big problem in the West. If Ant can continue to get better, be a better off-ball defender, continue to work on his playmaking, I think the Timberwolves are gonna they going I think they can run the table. And I don't think they can win a championship just yet, but I think they got the team to win it. But yeah, I love that draft. Them traded for Rob Dillingham in the draft.
Yeah, I do too. That's another shot creator, super shifty in isolation. Can shoot the mid range, get to the rim. Although he is smaller, so it's harder for him to finish at the rim sometimes. One concern is obviously his defense, just because he's undersized and even with him being oversized, he's not really that good on that end, so that could be a concern. But I like that he can learn from Matt Conley. He can he can help in rotation immediately. Um, I like that trade for the Timberwolves. They also re-signed just to add it. Also re-signed Luka Garza. Added Joe Ingles, another veteran who can shoot. Will get rotation minutes here, not too much due to his obviously he's older, so he can't really move on defense. PJ Dozier, we'll see what they do with that. Then they did lose Kyle Anderson, Jordan McLaughlin. He wasn't really playing much. Wendell Moore wasn't playing much, or Monte Moore. So the only big real loss is Kyle Anderson, but they'll be straight without him. And they did draft Terrence Shannon. Thank God for that he was able to beat that case because that was crazy. He didn't even do that, and he was had to deal with that the whole season. So thank God for that. But I like that pick. He even though he's a fifth year player, pretty sure he's 24. He's older. He can really hoop. He was hooping for Illinois. He's averaging. I'm pretty sure he averaged over 22 a game, 23 a game. Led them deep into the almost to the championship. They don't run into UConn. But yeah, I like that too. He can help too. And he's a bigger guard, so like on defense, he's solid on defense too. So I like that they need scoring punch off the bench, and they get that with Terrence Shannon and Rob Denningham. I will be right back. Turn the camera off. I'll be right back.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep talking to y'all while he's gone. Um, the Warriors. I know they got rid of Clay, but I know they got Kyle Anderson. They got Buddy Hield in the Sonic trade. I can't remember the other players they got, but I think it was time for uh I think it was time for that Clay, Draymond, and Steph reunion to get broken up. They did they did what they needed to do. They got 4 rings. Um, Buddy Hill, another great shooter. He just need to be more consistent. Kyle Anderson, he can. They call him slow mo, but he can actually do the things on the court. Mm. But yeah, I wonder what the Warriors gonna do. They was talking about trading for marketing. I would not hate that at all. Marketing had played great, especially in Utah. He would play great everywhere he been. Chicago, Cleveland, Utah. If he get traded to the Warriors, I think he's gonna do very good with them. Uh, defensively is weak, but I think he can score the ball. One of the better power forwards in the game. Uh, Steph, I think Steph, the sniper that he is, still, I think the second best shooting guard. I mean, point guard in the league right now. Draymond, still good defender, great playmaker, good leader for that team. Yeah, let's see what the Warriors are they going to end up making that move, or are they just going to stay put with the pieces that they got and trying to find their way back to the postseason like they have been for years to come, for the past few years.
Yeah, to add on to the Warriors, yeah, they did lose Clay, but I don't think that was a bit crazy. Well, yeah, it was a bit crazy. Obviously, he helped win the 4 rings and all that. But what they did outside of that was actually like what they did. I mean, you lost Chris Paul. He was really a shell of himself this year. He wasn't really that good. You lost Dario Saric. He didn't play that much. But you saw Count Anderson, a good rotation player. I like that. Can play defense. You got Buddy Hill, another great shooter. I'm pretty sure he's like top 2 in most made threes in the last 5 years. I've seen a stat like that on Twitter or something like that. So he's an elite shooter himself. You got D'Anthony Melton on a 1 year will prove it deal due to him being injured most of the year. Shit on the Sixers. He's a very good role player for real. Good defender at his size, can shoot, can handle it. I like that for them. Um, and then they got Lindy Waters. We'll see what they do with him. So basically, the Warriors are banking on Steph, Draymond, the rotation pieces, and the young players are Pozeski, Kuminga, and Moody. Which I think Pozeski and and Kuminga can make a jump to help them. But I expect them to still make the playoffs. You still got Curry, you still got Draymond there, still got Steve Kerr, bit three, they're bit three themselves. But yeah, as long as you got Steph Curry playing at elite level, I'm always giving them a shot to make the playoffs. Now, win a championship, I don't know about that. Maybe if they would have got Paul George, I'd say that. Or if they get marketed, I like their chances better. But yeah, they just got to find a second scorer to help Steph. That's all. That's all they're looking for, and that'll be all right.
You can keep going. I'm doing something right now.
All right. So to keep it going, we can move on to the Houston Rockets. They re-signed Aaron Holiday on a 2 year deal. Good rotation piece, can shoot. And they got AJ Griffin. I actually like that. He probably just need a change of scenery. Rockets are up and coming as they won over 40 games. I'm pretty sure they won 41 games, if I'm not mistaken. So y'all like that. He just probably just need a change of scenery. Good shooter. Hopefully he can be a good 3-and-D player for them. And they did draft Reed Shepard, athletic player. He's not bad on defense himself. He make plays on defense. Can shoot the piss out the ball. So I like what they did. They didn't have to do too much as free agency. You got Men Thompson coming back, Jalen Green, Fred. You got Dylan Brooks, Ime, great coach. You got Sangoon. He took a step this year. He played amazing before he got injured. Um, you still got, and then you still got the rotation players. I'm pretty sure Uncle Jeff is still on their team. So yeah, the Rockets, they should be creeping 7, 8 seed, 6 seed, maybe. I really like what they doing. Really, like young players keep evolving, keep getting better. I want to see how they use Reed Shepard, like in terms of minutes, and if he starts, if he doesn't start, because he was a number 3 pick. So we'll see how that goes. But I really like what they did. They didn't do too much, but they didn't have to do too much. You got the number 3 pick, get you another guard, young guard, and just bring the crew back. Keep getting better, keep improving. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I think the Rockets. I think they before they went on their little losing streak, they was on the verge of knocking the Warriors out the playing completely, but unfortunately they ended up losing them games and they ended up being out the playoffs. But with Sengun getting better, the boy Smith, Mid Thompson, young great defender, good playmaker. I think they are with Fred, leader, champion. I think they're gonna be. I think they can be held. They can be a hell of a team in the West. I think they'll. I think they actually be out of the play-in. I think they're gonna be a certified playoff team this upcoming season. So
All right, so moving down the line, moving to the Pacers. They didn't really do much this season either, even though they didn't need to. That's fine. You bring Pascal back, 4 year deal. Got back Obi Toppin. They signed James Watson, and due to them losing James Smith due to free agency to the Bulls, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, they made a surprise Eastern Conference Finals run, even though the 2 teams they played was injured. My opinion, just played who in front of you. They did that. They won. They won the games they needed to. And Boston was in all them games. They couldn't hold the lead in the fourth quarter, late fourth quarter. So yeah, not really too much for them. Tyrese stay healthy for the full season. I think the average 24 and 10, 24 and 11. Pascal gave me 20. Miles Turner showed me something in the playoffs. He was hooping. And TJ McConnell and Nimhart. I like Nimhart. Nimhart was going crazy some of the games. So yeah, just keep. I'm pretty sure they playoff team top six. I expect top six seat with them as well. And yeah, just keep. They ain't really have to do much. Just brought their guys back, stay healthy, and you'll be in the playoffs again.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton, the start he had this season, people was, well, not me, but people was saying that he could, in the next couple years, he could be the best point guard in the league. I wasn't going for that because Luka's just Luka,
He'll never be the best point guard with Luka in the league.
and I think Shea is better than him as well. But I do think he has, if he's healthy, I think he could be like a 25 and maybe 25 to 10 type of guy. He one of the best playmakers in the league, good shooter, defense. But I think the Pacers, I think they're gonna be one of them sneaky teams that they was this past season. People had them way below, like out of the playoffs completely. I think Halburn get better than Nemhart, get better. Miles Turner, Ben Miles Turner, Pascal, Ben Pascal, Aaron Neesmith. He was playing great defense in the playoffs. I think if they continue to get better, I think they'll be a hell of a team in the postseason next year.
All right, moving down the line to the next team, moving down to the Clippers, my Paul George's former team. Um, even though I did lose Paul George, I like it. I like what they did. They still made moves. You got Derek Jones Jr., who played good defense on Paul George, to say the least. So that's a good player. Kevin Porter Jr., even though he's been out the league, he can hoop regardless of what he did off the court. I'm not here to speak on that, but him on the court, he's a pretty good ball player himself. Even he signed James Harden. I, I'm I like that. I ain't always gonna say I like it, but him leaving, I want to see what level James Harden can get back to. Like, can he get back to Brooklyn, Philly, or is that just gone? So we'll see. And Zubac's getting the touches. They brought back Nick Batum from the Sixers. I like that. Good locker room guy, good rotation piece, solid defender, can shoot threes, solid playmaker. So he just does everything. Still got Leonard. Hopefully, he can stay healthy past wherever games he played in regular seasons to help the playoffs. I expect they'll make the playoffs too as well. It's hard in the West. We'll see with them. It's hard in the West, but yeah, I like the additions that they made to the team, even though they did lose Paul George, so they'll be fine. And they did draft Max Christie brother, so let's see if he got potential as a 3 and D. Let me get his name. I want to say his name. Cam Christie out of. I'm pretty sure he was on. What team was that? Minnesota. He was on Minnesota. Yeah, good. Can shoot. He can shoot. I've seen it. He can really shoot. He started on defense, so let's see if it could be a rotation piece. But he got Coffee. He had a good season. Terrence Mann had a good season. James Harden, it was mostly a good season. Really only had that month or a couple months or so. He was good in the playoffs. Yeah, they just really need Kawhi to stay healthy, which is so I have to ask for because he really had been healthy during his tenure on the Clippers. But yeah, they did resign him too as well. So we'll see what they got going.
Yeah, I think I don't know if James Harden can get back to that Brooklyn because when he was with Brooklyn, he was in the MVP talks. Maybe Philly. I think you get to Philly because when Paul George gone, he'll have to be a scorer. Obviously a playmaker, but he gonna have to be a scorer. Kawhi need to be healthy. I don't know if they gonna have. I don't know if they gonna keep Russ or they gonna trade him. if all of them I would keep Russ because I mean he was bad in the playoffs, but he still provides value to that team. Good defender, playmaker, uh, rebounder. He ain't what he was, but he can still provide value for that team. So I do think that with Talu, they gonna make the play. They gonna find a way to make the playoffs regardless, even with a loaded West. But we'll see.
Yeah. So moving to the Memphis Grizzlies, they didn't really do much this offseason, but they did draft Zach Edey. And I ain't gonna lie, listening to what everybody was saying and thinking about it, that was a good pick. I know they say he should have been a lotto because he's 7'4", can't really guard a perimeter, but I feel like John needs a big man and Jaron Jackson. That helps them rebounding because he barely rebounds. But I really like that pick. We'll see how he works out. Whether he starts, sits me off the bench or something. He's gonna get a lot of minutes. So I really like that they picked him. He could be a big body screener to Ja and yeah, be a paint presence and help Jared Johnson with uh rim rim protection and rebounding. And yeah, the disrespect on everybody just has forgotten about Ja. He was easily a top point guard when he was healthy. Even when he came back last year, like first game, I saw Herb Jones for the game off this first game. He had over 32. Like they was winning some games when he was back, even though it wasn't that many games, but they was winning when he was back. So yeah, I like the Grizzlies. Get everybody healthy. Marcus Smart. You got something Vince Williams and Gigi Jackson. I like that. So yeah, everybody stay healthy. I expect the Memphis to be near the like good part of the standings for the West.
Yeah, I hated the job Morant disrespect. They just forgot him. I don't understand why, but he come back on the benches. I think he could be the top. I think he could be a top. I'm gonna go top 4 point guard because you got Steph, Luka, and Shea. I said top 4 point guard in the game. About the Pelicans game. Yeah, I think he had like 36 that game from not 36 and 8 or something like that, and had a game winner, buzzer beater with Herb Jones guarding him too. Like that man is he really him. Marcus Smart being in the backcourt with him. Vince Williams, like you said, Gigi Jackson, Young.
No. He's not gonna be. You forgot Desmond Bain.
Oh, see, well, one of them have to be on the bench, then, so we have to see. But yeah, Desmond Bain, great shooter.
He's a very good player too.
Yeah, he was hurt a lot last season as well. Basically the whole team, but really Jerry Jackson, Vince Williams, and Gigi Jackson, everybody had forgot about. But I think they're gonna come back and be uh, play into a playoff team.
Yeah. So we are at the hour mark, but we're not done yet. So I'm just gonna run through a few of these teams that really didn't do much. And if you want to stop me to say something, just let me know, Zakoyas. So yeah, I'm just gonna run through a few teams. So just going to Miami Heat, we signed Bam, Thomas Bryant, Hayward Highsmith, and Kevin Love. They out Burks, good rotation piece. They also we forgot to mention did lose Cap Martin to the Sixers. I like that as a good perimeter defender, can shoot some. And they drafted uh, Khalil Ware at the draft. Pretty sure out of Indiana. Yeah, out of Indiana, good big man. He could honestly, if they want to, they could start him and probably put Ben at the four. But I doubt they do that just because he's not. He's young and stuff. Going to the Bucks, they didn't really have to resign nobody. They added Tonya Prince. That was funny. They was saying he went there because Darby Hamlin's there, but solid shooter, solid defender. That's cool. Dylan Wright, I'm pretty sure he signed a minimum deal. Um, he can solid defender, solid good backup playmaker, good rotation piece. Um, going to the going to the 76ers. Uh, re-signed Ball, re-signed Damian Lee, re-signed Russell Neal on a 4-year deal. They added Monte Morris, a good rotation point guard, whether he starts or not, can shoot. Not really good defensively, but that'll be all right. They signed Mason Plumlee. I have mixed emotions about that man, so I wanted to say nothing about him. Lost Drew Eubanks and lost Eric Gordon. And they did draft Ryan Dunn, who's he's like probably the best perimeter defender in the draft. Just offense, he doesn't really offer you much. But when you got KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, you really don't be much but a defender. Portland, they drafted Donovan Clingan out with the what pick was that? It was the 7th pick. I like that. That means DeAndre Ayton, he's either out of there or his time is ticking up. So I like that pick. Good rim protector, good screener, good roll man. So yeah. They did get Danny Idea too. He played very good this year for the Wizards. Although they didn't have many bright spots, he was one of them who can shoot, play some defense. So I like that because they do need defense in that starting lineup. And they lost Malcolm Brogdon to the Wizards. That's gonna be a loss, but they'll be all right. Um, moving to the Toronto Raptors, Scotty Barnes signed an extension. My boy for the state. I love that they signed him in quickly. Just short him up. You got two. Well, Scotty Barnes is well. They both on their way to being stars in this league. So I like that. Garrett Temple, a good vet in the locker room. They did add uh, Davion Mitchell, good pesky, good. He's a good defender. I like that for the rotation. Did they have who did they draft? And then they drafted Jacoby Walker out of Baylor, good player. I didn't watch too much of him, but what I did see, he was a good player, solid shooter, solid. Yeah, so they did that. The Wizards, as we mentioned, lost Beanie. I didn't like that trade. I feel like you should have kept him one of your better young pieces for the team. They drafted Alex Sarr. I really like his potential as a great defender. Tall, can shooting potential is not there yet. Can handle some, can drive. But I really like his defense. You got Rashawn Holmes, good vet, good backup big. And then you got Valanciunas on the cheap, can be a good locker room guy, can start. Still good rebounder, not really good defender, but you got Alex Sarr to start at the 4, so he'll help with that. So I kind of like they made a couple good moves. I like that Washington, and that is it for all the teams. Yeah, this free agency has been interesting. Mainly Paul George, my favorite player, moving to the 76ers. I really want him to stay, as I mentioned earlier, just because I don't like my player bouncing around. But he said on the podcast today that he has a lot left, so I'm praying he does because I don't want to see him retire anytime soon. So hopefully he can play to his late 30s, early 40s maybe, if he can keep racking up stats, accolades, and just get his ring so he can be respected. Because he's getting on Twitter on the daily, that man is getting killed. Like it's just sad. Like no way that you could just tarnish a man so much. Like after he didn't do nothing for the Clippers. Like Kawhi definitely a better player, and I like definitely should got. Like, if I was Jay, I'm paying Kawhi more than PG. I'm not gonna lie, but like not stop after like when he got. Kawhi got him through in 2021. Like he without him, they don't even get past Dallas because he carried in that series. Like when Utah, like when they was down 2-0, PG was he was balling with him with Kawhi. They both had 30-point games. And then when Kawhi got injured, they won in game 5, helped win the game, helped the comeback in game 6. And then in Phoenix, he had that one game he missed both of the free throws. I was mad. Like he shouldn't have missed both because there you lose on the tip dunk. That was just sad. Like but then in that series, even though he was like his efficiency was there, he played good. That playoff, he was rebounding too and having good defense. So like, I just don't understand like the Clippers fans. I thought he did nothing mad because he want his bread. But I understand it though. some of the things he do say he contradicts himself. He says weird. He says some stuff like he says like he studied Kobe. Like he just keep bringing that up, but it's like you keep like disappointing in the playoffs. But like I said, if I put prayer, I'm gonna rock with him. I'm happy on the Sixers. Good play, Joel, please, Joel. Can we stay healthy for the playoffs, buddy? We need you. But yeah, man, that's episode 3, NBA free agency. We didn't really talk that much about the draft, but I like the drafts. Good, solid players. I hate the Bronny James hate, but he's LeBron James' son. So what do we expect? But yeah, man, we're gonna try to be more consistent for y'all. Just like I said, we just working a lot, getting this money for college and stuff. And yeah, Joyce, do you have anything to say before we head out?
Nah. Yeah, we gonna when school start back, definitely gonna be more consistent because that's when college football is gonna come around, NFL. So we gonna definitely try to be way more consistent by the time school starts. So yeah.
Oh, any of y'all play Madden? Any of y'all play Madden? At me on our WSD, we can run it. We can do a wager. We play for fun, don't matter. But any of y'all play Madden, we can run it. But yeah, this is episode 3 of Thinking Outside the Podcast, NBA Free Agency. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.